Hi guys, and I am finally back doing a Yu-Gi-Oh topic for once, which is good because, to put it simply, I lost a lot of the Amazing Spider-Man footage, so that's probably going to die as a series, and I can't really get the I'll go working probably with PS4 or get a good audio system going, so that's gonna have to stay away while I work on it. But hopefully I'll still bring you PC and Yu-Gi stuff. Anyway, back to the point. I am going to talk to you guys about the Yu-Gi-Oh TCG ban list. Well, the new one anyway. I'm only talking about the new stuff. First of all, bans. There were none. No card has been banned, which is cool. And as you can probably see by the picture, the first limit is Gi Oh Guardian back at 1. So he's not banned anymore. Um, I think it's okay that he's back. I mean, of course, back when he was played, his effect was ridiculous. Like, the fact that, say, Stardust had 2/5 attack, Gi Oh could run it over and you could take the Stardust. It was ridiculous. But luckily, in the format of the game as it is, Gi Oh doesn't really do enough. Because back when Gi Oh was relevant, like Heavy Storm and Trunade were still things. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was Heavy Storm. So you would open a turn with like Heavy Storm and then you Gi Oh and nick their stuff. But now there is no Heavy Storm or Trunade, and MST isn't played as much, so it's going to be really hard to get around a lot of back row, particularly to get his effect off. And on top of that, there are no real meta synchro decks at the moment. Like, a lot of the meta you'll see will be Exceed decks. And of course, with Pendulum's coming, it's not going to help him anymore. So I think it's fine at 1. I mean, it's a nice bit of support for synchros, and as I said, I think it'll do much. The next limit is Giga Gear, or Giga Gear, if you want to say it really quickly and say it wrong. My opinion, this card kind of had to get hit. It's a bit ridiculous. Like the fact you just get 2 level 3s I know and they happen to become level 4s. Bit ridiculous. I'm glad that it's basically the only thing they hit of Gidges, because I actually because the deck's in budget, I actually bought a lot of Giga stuff and I haven't built the deck yet. So I'm glad they didn't kill Gigas, because if they'd say limited Giga armor, deck would be dead. Deck would just not exist. So this hurts Gigas, but it doesn't kill them. It like weakens them slightly, but they're still a force to be reckoned with and still a good deck. So I think the deck will still be played. Not as much as it was, because as of recent, Gage has been the main deck everyone's been playing, so that'll probably come down a bit. But yeah, you'll still see Gidges about. I mean, Gidges ain't going anywhere. They're still an amazingly good deck. And those are the 2 limits of this ban list, because of course we get we get more ban lists than we used to. So of course there's going to be not as much changes. There's going to be little changes as we go along. But that's fine. Anyway, so the semi-limits are Magician of Faith. Weirdly, I actually spoke to a Yu-Gi-Oh player recently who hasn't been playing a lot for a while, like for say a year, and was really surprised that Magician of Faith came back to 1, but now it's at 2. And the reason for that is that it isn't doing anything, quite frankly. It in its prime, back when it was good, and when it was used, it was brilliant. It was amazing. It was like, oh yeah, I get my Reborn back. Oh, it's ridiculous and all that stuff. But now it's just too slow. It just doesn't do enough. It's far too slow. It's not like as worth the summon as it used to be. Monster Reborn in TCG is banned, so you can't even get that back. There's no heavy, you can't get that back. You can get back Dark Hold, which is probably the best target you're going to get back with it in terms of a generic standpoint. But yeah, realistically, I only see Magician of Faith being played in spell books because, of course, it's a spellcaster. Other than that, it's as I say, not worth your time. It's not going to be relevant. It wasn't relevant as a 1 of. It's not going to be relevant as a 2 of. So that's totally fine. This one I'm really excited about, actually. Formula Synchron 2. The reason I'm excited is because one of my favourite decks I've ever played was Quick Draw Plants. I really loved that deck until Downline went to 2, not to 2. Downline went to 1, I'm sorry. And that killed the deck off. And I used to love that deck. And of course, we finally in the UK get Quasar, because of course we're not allowed to use comic cards because import reasons. So yeah, with Quasar finally coming to the UK, it should be very interesting with Formula 2, because that means that Quasar decks get a little something. And to be honest, Quasar decks haven't really been that relevant recently anyway. So it's yet again like Gi Oh Guardian. It's more nice synchro support because synchros aren't really doing anything at the moment. So it as I say didn't need to be limited at one. To be fair, the decks formulas played in don't really do anything anymore because Exceeds and Pendulum is the main thing nowadays anyway. And the last semi-limit is reinforcement of the army to 2, of course. I think this is a good thing, to be honest, because a lot of decks have like free of rotors anyway. Like for example, take Madolche, they've got that. What's her name? I think it's Magdalene or something like that. And she's of course a monster that's a rotor, and she can play it free. And there aren't really any warrior decks that are doing anything at the moment. Like Noble Knights aren't doing anything like competitively. They're not winning or topping tournaments at all. So it's a nice boost for Noble Knights with reinforcement in the army. It's also a nice thing for Six Samurai, but I don't think Six Samurai will be played because they have lost a lot and they lost a lot of their good cards, so they're nowhere near as good, and I don't think Rotor will fix that. And then it also is support for X-Sabers because there are a couple of X-Saber warriors. So all in all, it's nice support for the decks. Oh, also, actually, I just remembered, it's also support for heroes because there is that hero structure deck coming out like in a while. Because obviously Japan are already about to get it and we won't for a while. So it's nice support from them, and it's better than them having Stratos back. So I'm fine with Rora too. I don't think it will have too much of an impact. It might make Noble Knights a bit more consistent, Next Saber and Heroes more consistent, but I don't think it'll push them over the edge per se. And now on to the unlimits, the cards that are completely player free. Again, the first is a semi-limit to an unlimited, which is Dimensional Prison. To be honest, I never really understood why Dimensional Prison went to 2. It's always been quite a fair card. So I'm glad to see it free again, and I think Dimensional Prison has to be at free now anyway, because with especially in the TCG, with Pendulums about to be coming out, we need more stuff that gets rid of them and just removes them. Because of course, if you kill them and destroy them and send them to the grave, they go to the extra deck, and then they can summon them again, and it's really counterproductive. But Deep Prison gets rid of them because it banishes them, which is good. And also it helps against the Fire and Ice hands who haven't been hit this ban list for some reason. And it helps against Midolgays, as I like to call them. And yeah, Dimensional Prison is easily one of my favourite trap cards of all time. Like, it's second place in my list. First place, of course, being Compulsory Evacuation Device. Because that card's too good, which is why it's still at 1. And yeah, this will definitely have a impact on the format. I could see everyone maining free of this, quite frankly. Because the hand cards, Ice and Fire, are still a thing. They will be a thing for a while. So there's no getting rid of them. So we need a card to get rid of them. So Deep Prison will do that job. Adult Chase didn't get hit for some ungodly reason, in my opinion. So Deep Prison will help deal with them as well, because it helps with a couple of their cards. And it's just one of the better, like, one-for-one cards, to be honest. And I think that's what I've really got to say about it. So I could see this as a staple main free. That's pretty much all I can say about it. And the last card that got unlimited, Mirror Force. God, I can remember the days when Mirror Force was a 1. But yeah, Mirror Force has gone ridiculously down in favour nowadays. It's nowhere near as good as it used to be. As much as reading, if you're coming into the game, you read, oh, if they declare an attack, I kill all of their attack position monsters. Oh, that's amazing. Not really anymore. Because, like I was saying with Deep Prison, with Pendulums coming out, Pendulums, yeah, you'll kill them all, but they'll go back to the extra deck and then they can bring them back out next turn, so you're not doing anything, you're just delaying them. And on top of that, most, like, good professional players can play round Mirror Force. It's not even difficult to play around Mirror Force anymore. Everyone does it. It's just, oh, I think you have Mirror Force. Cool, I'll put, like, a button, like, say, half or a couple of my dudes in defense, just so you don't get as much from it. And on top of that, as I say, there are so many cards coming out that just aren't affected by being sent to the grave, especially with the current format. I mean, Fire and Ice hands don't care if you Mirror Force them, because they're just going to keep going anyway. Madolche don't care if you Mirror Force them, because, yet again, they'll just go back to the deck and keep going. So yeah, Mirror Force isn't really... Well, people are still playing it, but they're not playing it as much as they used to, and it'll still stay the same, even with it free, Because if you've got to choose between 3D Prison or Freeze Mirror Force, I'm taking 3D Prison all day. Mirror Force may kill all attack monsters, but it doesn't banish them. And especially with Pendulums coming, banishing is going to be really relevant. That's the thing. So, yeah, that's the entire list. Conclusions. I'm surprised they didn't hit Madolche or Fire and Ice Hand. I thought those were things that should have been hit along with the gauges, but to be honest, they'll probably get hit next set because, especially with Giga getting weakened slightly. Don't get me wrong, Giga's still a good deck, and I'm still going to play it because I bought the cards, so I need to use them. So I still got to play that, but it's not the most relevant thing anymore. I mean, Giga Gear at 1 means that less people will play the level 3s, meaning there'll be less shenanigans involving Giga Gear. So it'll be a lot easier for, say, Madolche and Fire and Ice Hand decks to sort of top the big tournaments. So that's why I think next ban list we'll see the Madolches and the hands get hit, because that's when, with Giga being played less because it's going to go out of favor with a lot of people due to Giga going to 1. You're definitely going to see a lot more hand decks and a lot more Madolches, so they're going to get hit next. So I would say, oh, also something I actually forgot, Rota actually also supports the Tellarknights when they come out, because I've just remembered, because that's a deck I want to build when they come out. And yeah, with Tellarknights, Shadows, and the Cosmic Dragons coming, a lot of people are going to jump on that as well. So I can see Giga like getting played not much at all, to be honest. So hopefully they won't hit Giga anymore. I don't see any reason to when you've got Angeli running around going, oh look, I'm ridiculous. I'm a lone fire for a deck that shouldn't have got a lone fire. And then the Ice Hand and Fire Hand cards being like the best floaters ever. So yeah, this is the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG July Banished Editions. I've been Stanton, a standard, of course. Thanks for watching, guys, and goodbye.